Across the islands on KGMB and KHNL. This is your source for breaking news. Hawaii News Now at 5.
First tonight, Hawaii is now on the verge of reaching 500 COVID-19 cases with 13 new patients confirmed. There is some encouraging news. There were only single-digit increases in all counties, with a total of 310 people released from isolation, and there were no new deaths reported today. So far, more than 18,000 tests were taken, according to Hawaii's health department. But the state says the cluster of cases at Maui Memorial Medical Center appears to be growing. 7 more staffers and 5 additional patients have tested positive, according to the state health department. That brings the total number of cases under investigation at the hospital to 31. In all, 126 patients and staff have been tested for the virus. The pandemic and the statewide stay-at-home order didn't stop thousands of Hawaii residents from worshiping this Easter Sunday. While churches were empty, many provided online services or a drive-through experience. Our Rick Daysog reports.
Inspired Church's Waikele parking lot has never been emptier on an Easter Sunday.
Welcome to Easter weekend services here at Inspire Church. So great to have you.
But online today, the church's congregation has never been bigger, with followers from as far away as pandemic-stricken Italy and Spain.
Yeah, we went 100% online. We prepared in advance. We shot video in advance, everything. And then we went live on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, you name it, whatever it was, we were on it. And we ended up with 50,000 people online. We actually ended up doing a lot of Facebook marketing in different nations that we felt needed to hear this message of hope. Especially we went to Italy, we went in Spain, Great Britain.
The First Assembly of God's Red Hill campus took a different approach, drive-through Easter services.
This is the communion we're taking today.
Hundreds of church members received communion with family members this morning, and many brought in donations and essentials for the elderly and healthcare workers.
When we first found out that this mandate would be for the entire month of April, my heart sank because Easter is our Super Bowl Sunday. So I thought, why not provide a safe way for people to give hope away?
Here in Nanakuli, the Werner family celebrated Easter by distributing food, masks, and toilet paper to the needy. It's all part of a partnership that includes the city's Meals on Wheels program and the T. George and Violet Sunday Paris Foundation.
Because we know with this virus going on, it's very dangerous out there. And a lot of these people cannot go in a store without one mask.
And making sure that they get a simple cooked meal. Sometimes the only meals that they get is the ones that come from us, especially during the COVID-19 environment.
Paris says the group plans to expand soon by bringing free meals twice a week to homeless residents and seniors in the Nanakuli area.
Thank you. Thank you.
Rick Daysog, Hawaii News Now.
Maui police say a total of 7 citations were issued yesterday, 6 for having no insurance card and 1 for a misdemeanor. All were issued at roadblocks set up across the county. MPD says some people are not traveling for essential purposes. They're asking residents to abide by the stay-at-home mandate. And if you must go out, have your driver's license, registration, and insurance card on hand. MPD officials say they're awaiting the total number of citations and arrests for those who violated this weekend's curfew. On Oahu, Honolulu Mayor Kirk Caldwell says 2 citations were issued to people who violated the island's curfew, which went into effect Friday. The mayor says he has not heard of a large number of arrests. Caldwell says he plans to sit down with HPD tomorrow to discuss if the curfew should remain in place or if other actions should be taken. Also today, Mayor Caldwell says the city is looking at options to allow people to continue making masks, and it's because there's an essential need for the fabric. Our Ben Gutierrez joins us now with more. Ben.
Last Thursday, the mayor had ordered that fabric stores were not essential businesses under the city's stay-at-home order. Fabric Mart had to close its doors, but has pivoted to online sales. Long lines started forming outside Fabric Mart's 3 locations after the mayor recommended that people wear masks, including cloth masks, in public. Now those customers have gone online to get the fabric they need to make those masks, and that kept a crew at Fabric Mart busy this Easter Sunday, filling hundreds of orders.
We have a whole system right now where We have people printing out the orders, looking for the fabrics, cutting the fabrics, and then we have another team that's just focused on making the labels, packing it.
We want to make sure that people can make masks, so we definitely are working on finding a way through a supplemental order that would allow fabric stores to sell fabric to make masks, but with good social distancing.
Fabric Mart says it used to get a maximum of about 50 online orders a day. They're now getting 300 a day, and that number is still going up. Fabric Mart is looking at the possibility of curbside service at its IAEA stores, but for now will operate exclusively online. Ben Gutierrez, Hawaii News Now.
Tomorrow, 4 Oahu residents are scheduled to disembark from a cruise ship at Honolulu Harbor. All 4 will be shuttled directly to their homes to begin their quarantine. The Pacific Princess, which departed from Australia, will dock to refuel before heading to its final destination in California. The DOT says there are no confirmed or suspected cases of coronavirus on the vessel. A second ship, the Seabourn Sojourn, is set to arrive on Saturday to refuel. No passengers or crew members on that ship will be allowed to disembark. Nationwide, there are now more than 547,000 COVID-19 cases. More than 21,000 people have died. On Tuesday, President Trump is scheduled to launch the Opening Our Country Task Force. Nicole Killian reports.
The sound of oxygen machines is hard to miss in the hallways of Mount Sinai Hospital in Queens, New York. Dr. Eric Bluttinger chronicled his day in the ER and says pretty much every patient has coronavirus.
I'm seeing young patients, old patients, people of all age ranges who are just incredibly sick.
In New York, the daily death rate is falling, 758 on Saturday, and the state's governor says the rate of hospitalizations, intubations, and discharges appears to be flattening. It's those numbers from the nation's pandemic epicenter that are part of the calculation to determine when the U.S. should reopen for business.
You know, I think it could probably start, at least in some ways, maybe next month.
Dr. Anthony Fauci, who's part of the White House Coronavirus Task Force, suggests the nation reopen in stages, but some governors are pushing back. On CBS's Face the Nation, New Jersey's Phil Murphy said his state's healthcare system is on the brink, desperate for ventilators and personal protective equipment for frontline workers.
I fear, based on the data we're looking at, that we could be throwing gasoline on the fire.
A tally from the Associated Press also finds there's been an alarming rise in nursing home deaths, more than 2,600 from just 450 10 days ago. Nicole Killian, CBS News, Washington.
British Prime Minister Boris Johnson has been released from the hospital after a week in the intensive care unit.
I want to pay my own thanks to the utterly brilliant doctors, leaders in their fields, men and women, but several of them for some reason called Nick, who took some crucial decisions a few days ago, for which I will be grateful for the rest of my life.
The 55-year-old who was diagnosed with COVID-19 posted the video to thank the National Health Service for saving his life. Johnson says his recovery will continue at the official prime ministerial country residence as Britain's death toll surpasses 10,000. Time for weather now. Jen.
Happy Easter, everyone. Hope you've been having a beautiful weekend. The weather has been gorgeous. The one spot where we've been seeing rain has been Hawaii Island with on and off showers there and also even thunderstorms. For the rest of us, plenty of blue skies and lots of sunshine to enjoy. And that's due to daytime heating, and also the tail end of a front is draped over the far eastern end of the state. As we look at the big picture, we have this area of high pressure building in behind the front, hence the trade winds today. And then the game changer, another low pressure system will swing over the state, and that could bring us instability as early as Tuesday, maybe the threat of thunderstorms popping up across the state. For tomorrow, above average temperatures, about 78 to 85 degrees. And then you see for Easter Sunday evening, we will be seeing beautiful weather into the nighttime hours. A few windward and Malka showers will pick up on the radar, about 68 to 75 degrees. And then the big changes like I was talking about later in the forecast period. I'll take a deeper look at that coming up soon.
All right, thank you, Jen. After the break, a new sign outside a landmark Honolulu business. Find out what the burglars got away with and the loss to the company. Plus, with her clinic empty due to COVID-19, while local eye doctor is turning to social media to help get her message across.